Hey, ladies and gentlemen, it's Monday's Market Outlook here at TOPGUN Options. My name is Matthew Buckley. My call sign is Wiz, and we don't have a market open today. It's President's Day. Do we even still sell? Can I call it that? Is that racist or something weird? Well, happy President's Day for those of you who believe that our founding fathers actually started something pretty damn good. So market closed, obviously, but this Thursday, before we get airborne, I need you to go right here. go.topgunoptions.com/afterburner-event. This Thursday, starting at 10 a.m. Eastern, we're going to have a full day of live trading and training with some awesome professional traders. You're going to get some great trade ideas. You're going to get some great intel, and it's obviously free to register. There's the flight schedule on that page. I'm obviously the host, and I'm going to throw in a couple, what is this, close to $100 of value. I'm going to give you access to our 7-step trade plan and our OPCL, our options pocket checklist. You're going to get some great stuff this Thursday starting at 10 a.m. all day, folks. Make sure you head to go.topgunoptions.com/afterburner-event. All right. What else is going on? Make sure you head to the No Phone Heroes YouTube page and subscribe. We need a lot more subscribers than 442. And if you're interested in sitting with the medicine or you know somebody who needs some help, please send them to this page. Our most recent one here, Healing as a Couple with Psychedelics, is really taken off. Obviously, you can listen on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever cool kids listen to podcasts, you can listen to the Max Afterburner podcast. So please go check it out and share it with your network as well. Okay, what's going on? The world's an incredibly dangerous place right now. And as everybody's focused on Israel and Hamas and war in the Middle East and war in Eastern Europe, it's about China, folks. The biggest existential threat to the United States of America is China, period. Russia, I can't stand how people froth at the mouth about Russia. They're a hollow shell right now. And you know, this 50s, 60s, and 70s called, they want their domino theory back. Oh, if we don't stop them in Ukraine, they're going to storm. This ain't the 80s, folks. They ain't storming across the Fulda Gap anytime soon. They've been ground down to a halt in eastern Ukraine. It's a meat grinder right now. Russia ain't storming across Europe anytime soon. They maybe have 20-25% of Ukraine, and they've been decimated. So stop with the bullshit, folks, of, oh, we don't stop them in Ukraine, they're going to be walking in New York City. Then I'll really give a shit. Okay? Until then, stop with the stuff. It's one of the most corrupt countries on the planet, and people just want to keep pumping money into this. Unless you're ready, which I absolutely am not, to put boots on the ground, it's not going to, this ain't going to work. And people are like, who was it? Boris Johnson, the idiot UK prime minister a couple years ago, and obviously Biden. There was going to be a deal to avert this war. And what did they do? They pulled Zelensky aside and said, nah, man, we're just going to pump you up with money and weapons, and you can do this. Maybe a Nobel Prize. And talk about ego, man. Hundreds of thousands of people dead over egos. Putin's an idiot. He's a murderer. He should be arrested for war crimes. But, man, we ain't any better. Okay? This needs to stop. And up until a little while ago, it was like, no, you keep fighting them because then when you get to the negotiation table, your position will be stronger. Every day that goes by, their position is actually getting weaker. Idiots. I told all of you how this was going to end 2 years ago, and I was right. But here we are. I care more about the 22 to 44 veterans that are taking their own lives every day in this country. We're frothing at the mouth. Some politicians are frothing at the mouth to keep throwing money into this money pit, as I have people, veterans, first responders, and their family members on my waiting list get deeper and deeper. What are we doing? It's absolutely ridiculous. It really was a war, a war of lies. Really good stuff out of David Stacks on Twitter here. This one's really good. We are told that Ukraine is winning when in fact they're losing. We're told that the war makes NATO stronger when in fact it's depleting it. Yeah, we're told that the biggest problem is lack of funds from the U.S. Congress. What? We just don't. We're out of ammo, folks. Like for our defense. and it's obviously going to take years to fix. We're told that Russia's suffering greater casualties when Ukraine's running out of soldiers. They're actually kidnapping Ukrainian citizens off the streets to send them to the front line. Don't believe me? Google the videos. We are told that the world is with us when the global majority believes the U.S. policy is the height of folly. We are told that there is no opportunity to make peace when, in fact, Ukraine has rejected multiple opportunities for negotiated settlement. We are told that if Ukraine keeps fighting, it will improve its position. I just said this, when it's only getting worse. Nevertheless, the allies will succeed in dragging out the war. Congress will throw more money at them. Russia will take more territory. Ukraine will mobilize more young men and women to feed into the meat grinder. Discontent will mount. Eventually, there will be a crisis in Kyiv, and Zelensky will be toppled. And when the war is finally lost, the whole country lays in smoldering ruins, the liars will say, well, we tried. Having prevented any alternative, having smeared anyone who told the truth as puppets for the enemy, the liars will say we did our best, we stood up to Putin. In fact, they will claim, we would have succeeded, but if you Putin apologists, and stabbed Ukrainians in the back. What? Then, having shifted blame and patted themselves on the back, they will blithely move on to the next war as they moved on to Ukraine after the disasters in Afghanistan and Iraq. And just let me remind you, if you have a problem with this little rant right now and you're an able-bodied person, go fight. Ukraine has a foreign legion. Did you know that? You can go fight in Ukraine. Isn't it funny when I confront people like that? They're so frothing at the mouth pro-Ukraine. I'm like, go fight? Whoa. So your life is worth more than a Ukrainian young woman or man or a Russian? I love people that say this. Well, we're just providing weapons. We don't have to fight. Oh, so we're morally superior. Your life, our lives are more important than those people. Let them fight it out. By the way, proxy wars are for cowards. Either fight it or don't. I love Joe Biden and this administration. So Hamas invades Israel on October 7th, slaughters 1,500 Israelis, United States citizens, kidnaps scores. Now, what's Biden want to reward them with? A Palestinian state. That makes sense. Do you know, ladies and gentlemen, for decades, Israel has, and other world leaders have pushed for a two-state solution. They've always rejected it. They don't want an Israel. So, ladies and gentlemen, if Hamas laid down its weapons, there would be a two-state solution. If Israel laid down its weapons, there would be no Israel. So this is a joke. Joe Biden's a joke. This administration's a joke. How dare you engage in a war? You start a war, and then our allies are pushing for giving the people who started the war a big prize. Are you insane? I don't even get any of this. Higher inflation, it clouds the rate cut outlook. Yep. I told you inflation is raging. It's sticky. It's high. Interest rates will stay higher for longer. The Fed might not be raising rates anytime soon, but guess what? They ain't cutting them. People were talking about next month, March. Remember when Jerome Powell did the quickest turnaround in 2 weeks? Inflation's really raging, and we have work to do. We're going to cut 2 weeks later. We're going to cut rates next year. A lot. Rip your face off rally, and the market hasn't looked back. Well, guess what, man? We've really pulled forward a lot of rally. They ain't cutting in March, folks. Hell, they might have an increase. I don't think they will, but I think we're going to stay higher for longer, and that's not going to be bullish for the market. Folks, pretty soon, the interest payments on our debt will exceed the total defense budget each year. Unbelievable. We're broke, we're bankrupt, and nobody cares in Washington. They just keep spending like drunken sailors. I predicted this years ago, and it's coming true. There is a Walmart delivery drone. I told you this years ago. I said, Amazon, Walmart, you're going to get a text on your phone. You're going to go to your door, open it. A drone's going to scan your face and drop your prescriptions into your hand. Or you're going to walk out to a blue truck or something like that with a PIN number. You type it on a pad on the side of the truck. Door's going to open and your package is right there. It's going to be an electric truck that doesn't have a driver who has to take a leak every once in a while, who has to get a lunch break, who wants to unionize and needs medical and dental benefits. This is the future. Incredibly bearish for humanity and workers, incredibly bullish if you own the stocks like we do. This was an interesting article. As investors pile into psychedelics, idealism gives way to pharma economics. We talk about this a lot in our Accelerated Retirement Brief. Matter of fact, I think this Thursday, my brief is going to be on psychedelics, folks, and we're going to talk through this. I'm torn. Half of me can't stand this article, and that's the half that cares about humanity and healing people and helping those who served us heal. The other half of me is Gordon Gekko, is Jordan Belfort and the Wolf of Wall Street. Good. I'm gonna change a molecule in this thing. I'm gonna patent it. I'm gonna charge $20,000 a month for treatment. I can't even pretend to be like that. But ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to tell you something. If I can save and change lives and make money, talk about a win-win. That's the self-licking ice cream cone. We're going to talk this Thursday about the psychedelic stocks. Man, if you got into them when I told you to get into them, you are printing money. Speaking about printing money, take a look at our S&P. This is my sniper shot portfolio, up $19,000 in a month and a half. $19,000 just shooting S&P 500 snipers. How's my this is my personal portfolio. Look at account number 8465. This is my live E-Trade account, up $8,500 alone in February. Trading Mara, MindMed, loving MindMed. It's a psychedelic stock you need to own. There's some Amazon and just one sniper shot, I think, so far in here this month. We're having a blast. Great article this morning on CNN. These athletes suffered life-changing injuries, then they turned to psychedelics. There's my brother, Daniel Carcillo, two-time Stanley Cup champ of the Chicago Blackhawks. He's on the board of the No Fallen Heroes Foundation. He's one of my closest friends. This is a great, great article about my boy, Daniel Carcillo, and how it saved and changed his life. He spent about $500,000 to try and heal, and ayahuasca, psilocybin, these medicines, which are free, healed him. This is the way, ladies and gentlemen, I guarantee you. How else does the flight schedule look this week? Tomorrow, nothing big. Conference board leading numbers. Oh, we got the Fed minutes on Wednesday. So the Fed minutes, a little red fire here, means high impact in the market expected. Why? Because you get to read the written word, right? Last Fed meeting, Jerome Powell went out to a microphone with a press conference and he talked. But this is the written word. What did they really cover in that meeting? That could potentially move the markets on Wednesday, Thursday. A lot of economic data, some flash manufacturing and services PMI, home sales, a Fed lieutenant speaking, another Fed lieutenant speaking down here. And then Friday, nothing really that much on Friday. Okay, so quick reminder, you got to join us this Thursday. Go.topgunoptions.com/afterburner-event. I'll put this in the email, this link in the email, and I'll also put it underneath the video. This video posted on the Top Gun Options page. Like I said, make sure you follow the No Fallen Heroes YouTube page and also, obviously, follow the Top Gun Options, man. We have over 4,000 subscribers on here. We need 4,000 subscribers over here on our channel where we're saving and changing lives, okay? Quick reminder, head to mycrudoses.com and you can get the Maverick Mind products, man. These are exploding. Loving seeing this. I take 2 morning briefs. When I get up, I meditate, do my mindfulness, my gratitude, and then, ladies and gentlemen, I head to hot yoga. 2 of these in the morning. Fantastic day. About an hour-ish before I go to bed, 2 Maverick Mind night duties. And I'll tell you what, if you go here and you buy these 2 products, baby, use the discount code ALWAYS30. And I'm going to hook you up with a 30% discount. Do me a favor, don't post that on the internet or do anything crazy like that. Or I'm going to change the code. This is for you. If you're listening to this and you want to try our microdosing products, this is where you need to go. mycrudoses.com, and just over here on the menu on the left, the drop down, you can click on Maverick Mind and it'll take you to our page. All right, I got to get going. Have a great rest of your day. I'll see many of you tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. for a joint brief. We're going to do solo Amazon and the primary live trade brief, obviously because the market was closed today. Have a great rest of your day. Happy hunting. Make sure you're hedged. Fights on. Namaste and Basi Basi. Whiz out.